Welcome to the start of an external. This one is how to do the financial information. It's a 5 credit external, so worthwhile making a start on. You'll have a spreadsheet which has been given to you on the learning log, and from this we have to do income statement, balance sheet, and a cash budget. You see the answers for JJ's down the bottom. JJ answers for the budget and for the income and statement and balance sheet. So first thing we're going to do is classify. So we've got a trial balance here. Trial balance, you'll see balances at the bottom. The debits, where we put our money, equals the credits, where we get our money from. What our task is to classify these. And for Josh's gym, on the left-hand side, our debits, where we put our money, are either expenses or drawings or assets. On the right-hand side, where we get our money from, either liabilities, we borrow it, or from the owner, capital, or from earning it, which is income. So we're going to start on this side. We'll put the owner's equity part, the drawings in. Notice that sad smiley face will change to a happy one when we get it into the right classification. That's the only OE one on this side. The rest of them are either expenses or they are assets. So once you go through and classify them, we're going to classify them as gym expenses because JJ's got a gym. So type GE or gym costs, sorry, GC. Gym costs. So any other costs of the gym, like this one, fitness instructor wages, you're going to put GC for gym costs. So go through, find all the gym costs and write GC, and hopefully that will be a smiley face. Press pause, and once you've done that, and come back to it. The next bit is to look at the administration costs. So these are the ones of running the business that aren't directly associated with the gym. So if we look through, you'll find things like the office expenses. So we'll type AE for that, for administrative expenses, office salaries, and if there's any others, put AE next to that. I'll press pause, or you press pause, come back and do the next bit. The last one is financial cost. Financial cost is only ever one, and that's your interest. So we're trying to find the interest on the loan there, right, FC. The rest should be assets. So make sure you've got all the smiley faces down to all those ones that you've put in. The assets, a couple of types. Well, there's actually 4 different types of assets. First one we're going to look at is the property, plant, and equipment. These are assets that are long-term assets that you can physically touch. The first one is exercise equipment. So we've typed PPE for property, plant, and equipment. Go through and do the other ones. Good, now that you've done that, you'll notice that PPE, if we scroll across, are the same exercise equipment, gym fixtures or equipment, and office equipment too. And the next one after property, plant, and equipment, probably one we should have done earlier, is current assets. These are assets that we can turn into cash quickly, or will be used up in the next accounting period. So we'll type CA next to those. We've got petty cash and account receivable and prepayments. And the last ones we've got goodwill. Do you remember what that was called? INTA, standing for intangible, and here's INVA, standing for investment assets. Good. On the credit side, you're going to go through and put these answers in. So these first 3 are negative PPE. Press space bar first, and then minus PPE. All right, and you'll do that for the next 3. So the other things that are on the left-hand side are income. So we have either income or other income, and so we'll find those first. So our major income is just our membership fees. Other income are other ways we receive money. So you'll see there are a few others. So write OI next to those. And then the rest we'll put owner's equity next to capital. That's the amount the owner's invested. And then the rest are either current liabilities or non-current. So we'll put CL for the first one, press pause and do the other ones. And you'll see these balance day adjustments here are current liabilities as well as at DST. The other ones we've got higher, that one's going to be other income. And what we've got left is a loan. And so that loan's a non-current liability. So the way to put these across is in your income statement, type equals. We're looking for the I's, just that membership fee. And you'll see how these are blanked out. I don't want you to put them there. I want you to put the figure where there is a space. Other income, there's 2 OIs, so put those 2 in. Great, and you'll see that when you put them in, that will be added up. For the gym costs, we're looking for all the GCs. The easiest way to do this is to press equals, click on your GC, and go down the list and put all those that are GC in. Press pause and get all those in. And when that's done, we're going to highlight all of those, bring the mouse from a big plus to a little plus at bottom corner, left click, drag across. That'll bring our figures in, and let's auto sum those. I think I've got them all. No, it's gym cleaning, so I added that in. So make sure your figure's the same. Now do the same for administration and financial costs. Press pause, get that done. Right, and just check you've got the same profit I have of 9238. We can check that with the answers too. And oh, that's different. We'll have a look why. And you probably found out that we didn't add the opening for the other income. All right, that's better. All right, so now the task is current assets in your balance sheet. Before we start though, you need to do the property, plant and equipment note. So just to make it a little bit easy for us, we're going to hide. So highlight all these columns from the income statement, right click and just go hide. And that'll bring the statements we want right next to where we're after. So we're going to do the exercise equipment. So we're going to type in equals on that one and find the cost of the exercise equipment. Press tab and go across to your gym equipment. Tab and your office equipment. The accumulated depreciation is going to be the figures that are under here, accumulated depreciation. So make sure we get the right ones. I'll do the first one. So we've put the accumulated depreciation in, and we're going to go the cost minus accumulated depreciation is the carrying amount. And I'll just fill that across, and I'll get you to put in and complete that section. Great, and when you're done, we'll just auto sum across here and fill that down. So this becomes our property, plant and equipment figure, which is going to go in our balance sheet, which will be this figure here. So type equals, click on your total and add that in. Current assets, so we're looking for all the current assets. These are things we can turn into cash quickly or will be used up soon. So all your CAs, I'll go down the first ones, some supplies on hand, and again put all of those in, press pause and finish that off. All right, hopefully you got those same figures. Intangible assets, that's just your goodwill. And investment asset, that's your shares and body fix. And so get those figures in and total up your assets. Click on the auto sum. Okay, after liabilities, current liabilities, anything you got CL next to. So we'll start off with a bank overdraft, which means our bank's in negative. And if you can add last 3 together, so we can just fill those down. And grab yourself a total. A non-current liability, there's only one of those. So we'll put the figure in. Total liabilities we'll put in this last column. and we'll take total liabilities away from total assets, gives us our net assets. That figure needs to balance, so normally a good idea is to go into your underline part and put a double underline there. It's opening capital, that's your capital figure. Your profit for the year. Now you're going to have to unhide to find that one. Oops. Not a good. I normally put a negative figure next to drawings. That way we can just auto sum. So drawings type equals negative, and find your drawings figure up here. And you see that the drawing is actually lower than the higher than the profit. That means overall the capital is going to go down. Just auto sum those ones, and those two balance. So that's what we're after. All right. So that finishes the income statement balance sheet. Cash flows next, if you click on that next tab. All right, so in this one, we're going to classify it as receipts, payments, or neither as we're going through. That bank balance becomes our bank balance down the bottom. Our closing bank balance, I think. No, that's our opening. Date's wrong. You might want to change yours as well to 2023. All right, so order monthly gym supplies. We're going to type in for that because it's neither a receipt nor a payment. Just grab that one and click on this button and fill down. That way it'll tell us if we've got the right answer as we go through. Wages to be paid is a payment, so type P. Transfer personal cash into gym bank account is a receipt. And I'll get you to do the rest and hopefully get smiley faces all the way down. All right, and these are your answers. Hopefully you've seen where it says pay or paid, it's going to be a payment. Some of them are for part payment, so we'll deal with that shortly. So over the receipts, we're going to write anything that's in R. We're going to write the name as it would appear in the trial balance. The first one, transfer of personal cash into the gym. Take caps lock. Right, so the owner's putting money in, so that's going to be capital. And you put your 8,000 in. When we get the right name here, it'll give a smiley face if we do it in the right order. So the next one down is this one, internet membership fees. So we'll put membership fees. And the last one is old computer. So in that case, we'll just put, because that's what it's classified, if you remember going to the trial balance as. Put those figures in. Note when you get the right figure, you get a smiley face on this side too. Now go ahead and do the payments, type all of those in. Check you get those right figure. There are a couple a little bit interesting. Like this one, we've got a deposit, so you've got to calculate 60%. So press pause, go through and do all those payments. Good, so hopefully you got a smiley face all the way through. And now we're just going to add. So all our receipts minus all our payments give us, in this case, receipts are higher. So we're going to say surplus of cash, or an increase in our cash. So that's how all our receipts minus all our payments. We put our opening bank. That figure was given to us up here, 2,410. Again, another smiley face, and we're going to add those two together to get our closing bank. Good, under 15 minutes. Good, well done. I hope you got the same answers as I did, and good revision for what we did last year. Sort of similar to what we're going to do this year, obviously a little bit of complication. Ka kite. See you in class.